Hello everyone, this is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a little request that I have at one of my very good friends, Abby. She called me up and she was like, Jessica, I love your channel. I love everything you're doing. But I'm a girl on the run. I am a girl who gets up and needs to be out of the house in 5-10 minutes because I might have overslept. I might just be late, or I might not want all that stuff on my face. And I was like, Abby, I got you. So today I got together a little array of things that are both quick and easy and also affordable. Most of these things I try to make it to where you can get them from Ulta or from a drugstore. Okay, so first of all, it is up to you if you want to use any type of primer on your face. If you have an oily skin, you might want to use an oil control primer. If you have a dry skin, you might want to use a hydrating primer. It all depends on you. Now, some of us usually never wear anything. I was one that wasn't wearing anything. The only reason why I'm determined to finish this is because I'm determined to finish it. We add a little primer while we are getting everything else, maybe brushing our teeth, or just so that we can have whatever the primer is be on our skin a little bit longer than before we start putting on the foundation. We want it a little bit dry or set, okay? Perfect. Now, while I do that, I'm gonna explain. I have two types of foundations here, and it all depends on, well, three actually, and it all depends on what you want. The ones that I ended up getting, two of them we can find in Ulta, and one of them we can, it's on the web. So we have a little actual foundation skin tint is considered, which is the Makeup Revolution skin tint. It's very good. It's a little bit more luminous, so if you're on the drier side, this might be your best bet. It has a nice coverage. Even if you're oily skin like I am, it lasts very well. Okay, then we have this Wet n Wild tinted hydrator. You would not think of it. I think this is like $3-4. The fact that this is very it's a very good skin tint. You put it on, you can actually do it with your fingers and be out the door quickly. Put this on, put some mascara on, and if you're in that much of a rush, you'll be done. It gives you a nice coverage. Also, one that my sister started me off and I've just been loving is if you get like stick foundation. My goodness. So you get a stick foundation like this Hesse one. There's the Merit one, there's the Dior. You can have from very inexpensive ones to extremely expensive ones. The good thing about this, all over your face, you draw on your face, you kind of even it out with your fingers or with a sponge or with a brush, whatever is to your best, and you can be out the door quickly. Okay, so these are options. Now, it all depends what you want to do. Today, just because I don't want to open this little skin tint and I've used that one, I'm going to go ahead and use the little foundation stick. You kind of want to wait a little bit, I think, and then I tried, because Abby told me I don't want too much stuff, to keep everything that's only under 10 things. Now, of course, I have little options of both, so that, if you're dry or if you're oily, but mainly if you count them out, I think there were less than 10 items that you're putting on your face, and you can choose to use some double, or you can choose to have an option. So I guess I'll explain everything and then I'll go ahead and do the concealer. I did something like the Physicians Formula concealer. It's really quick. There's also, I can't remember at this point, I'll put it up, a concealer that, you just twist it up and you can just literally dab it on. You can do that with this one too, but I don't like to do that myself personally. Concealer. If you don't need a concealer, that's a step you can take away, but that's a concealer. After that, I have two little options, and it all depends. So for like one of my very good friends, Crystal, she has her little Hourglass palette, and in this palette, it's really good for her just because she's able to have some finishing powders, She has some blush, some bronzer, a little highlighter, and then she's able to use some of the bronzer as a little bit of a highlight. So she has everything in one, and she's out the door and she's done. I found a little option in my own collection, and it's this Physicians Formula All-Star Face Palette. Similar situation. You have a little bit of a powder, a multicolored pressed powder. You have, I guess, a highlighter. This is a highlighter too, blush, bronzers. And then we have, like I said, my friend Crystal, she uses a bronzer as an eyeshadow. So if you're able to do that, there are other options for you. If you have the Makeup Revolution, any type of eye pencil, you can do it real quick and just even it out. We also have options like the Merit, the little single. You also have the same way that you have the example of this, different ones. So this is the Sephora one, and if you want something quick and easy, you want shades that are very neutral and not, you know, depending on what your skin tone is. So this is from Sephora. This is the shade Golden Marshmallow. Then from e.l.f., we have this little brown one, which you just put it on real quick and you'll be done. Now, if you want to be a little bit more fancy, I got similar tones, but this is from Merit, and this is Vachetta. And it's the same type of concept. You just have something real quick to put like that. Now, I personally do need to have my eyebrows done. So you can just have it either a brow gel or a bar pencil, or both, or none if you have good brows. For mascara, I have this. This is one of my favorite, the Essence. I love Extreme Volume Mascara, one of my favorites, and it's like $3-4. If they're sold, you can get even cheaper. And then I have gone this new one from Maybelline, and I've been meaning to try it out. It's a Sky High. I've tried it out actually, and I've been testing it out to see if I like it or not. But those are affordable. For blush, we have a little Merit. Like I said, we have the option of, you know, in the face palette, use a little of the blush there, or you can use something like this that's a cream blush for Merit that is both like a blush and it can be a lip. So then you can have little options, or you can just have a gloss if that's your, what you decide that you want. Okay guys, so like I said, I personally put a little bit of primer just because I'm trying to go through this primer and I'm determined to do it. But like I said, you have 3 options: quick and easy, foundations, and affordable. I think this one's even $3 online. These are a little bit, take a little bit more time just because they're liquid and you need to put it with everything. But like, I mean, you need to do that with all of them. But for me personally, I'm choosing the Hezi Stick Foundation in number 4. And I like to draw. Be careful. Okay. And like I said, you want to wait a little bit more. A little bit just after your primer. So try to do your primer, if you are putting one, a little bit before you start. I like to put it above, like in my eyelids, just because I usually don't use an eye. And if this is supposed to be an easy on the go, my friend, when she told me, I was like, yes, Abby, we can totally do that. And there, our face is done. For me, I put the concealer. You don't have to use one if you have a specific one that you use, because depending on your color, on your needs, if you have dark under eyes, dry, you need a more hydrating serum one instead of a heavier one, it all goes. Right now I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula, the Butter Glow Concealer, and it is in shade light to medium. And And then I was thinking that I'm going to be doing this video in Spanish as well. I am bilingual, just so that my mama, so she can see it. So I'll quickly do one of my sisters, I was telling her that I was gonna be doing this, and she was like, well, you should do like a 10-minute timer. And I'm like, calm down, I can't be that rushed. The whole point is I'm just showing you guys, and it is quickly to do if you only have a certain amount of time, and then you decide what steps you want to do. Of course, if I'm talking, I'm taking a little bit more time as opposed to when I'm not. I personally have to set everything. Like I said, I'm going to be using this All-Star face palette just because we want to be neutral. If you have this, I know my friend Crystal loves to use her little hourglass one. I'm going to be doing a video at some point of just her routine. She makes me laugh. She's so funny. So I think that's a multicolored press powder, but it has a lot of brown. Okay, well, we're trying it, guys. Like I said, you can try whatever you want. Just to kind of set your face. Okay. After you set your face, you want to go in, if it's your preference, to go in with a bronzer. If not, you can go on straight to the blush. I personally am going to do a bronzer just because I want to try this shimmering bronzer here. And with the bronzer, you want to make sure that you never go below your nose line at least. This is stuff that I've learned on the internet, guys. Because you don't want it to be pulled, you don't want your face to be pulled down. And you're supposed to only put bronzer on where the sun will typically hit you. So, you know, the top of your forehead. Here is just, you know, to try to take a double chin out. And of course, if you have a lighter foundation and you need to bronze it up a little bit, then you're gonna have to add a little bit more, but okay, so we do that. Now, you want to do a little bit of a blush. So you just, this blush right here, it's a Happy Booster Glow and Mood. Well, let's be boostering. I always smile to put blush on. I can help it. There you go. Now, like I said, there's different eyeshadows, but I'm trying to be less amount. You can always grab, I usually do the shimmer. All over the eye. I saw that. Yeah, and then usually, just to give it a little bit of dimension, I try to go into the blush so that I can have a little bit of extra color. I usually always try to add a little bit on the bottom to give it a little bit of connection. You're in a hurry, you might not. Or prerogative. You get your highlighter blush, and like I said, there's two there. Let me try this really shiny one first. Oh, that's nice. Since we're testing out, do you want to try that? Whoa. Yeah. Maybe not. But I just wanted to test it out. That way you used all the stuff there. Now you get whatever your brow. I usually just use to fill it up a little bit. I have been very thankful to have been given very hairy genes. So hair on my eyebrows not been an issue. It's just a matter of like how I preference them to look, especially when you have makeup on and all that stuff. My problem is making sure that they're plucked. I use this spoolie just to kind of even out the color that I added, because sometimes you know how you like when you're drawing anything. Now normally you can be finished here, or you can add a little bit of a brow gel if you so choose to. I'm just going to add just for completion purposes. You don't have to, that's not your journey with your eyebrows. And I know some of my friends have their eyebrows, they don't have that issue at all, so perfect. Now you can have for mascara, would be these, either of them. I'm going to use the one that I know that I like. Should I use the other one? I should use the other one. Let me see. I don't like that fizzles, but this is why I didn't like it. It's so soft. I remember now. So I won't be using that right now because I don't want my look to look funky. So I remember it was so soft and I didn't expect it that I ended up putting it all over my face. It's one of my favorites. You're like, Jessica, that's an awesomely big blush. Yes, I do. But like I said, I've been gifted with good eyelashes and big eyes. Every once in a while I get, you know, it goes to the top, but I like that type of big blush to comb through my lashes. I don't crimp them at all. I don't use any of those tools on them. One of the things I realized after I started doing the videos is that I am very particular about the mascara. Now you can do a couple of things. I personally, like I said, you can always, if you are more like a dry and you use some type of a cream to do your lips, and then you're good to go. If that's not your journey because of whatever situation and you're oily, or you have other reasons, you can always get a little gloss. This is from Sephora collection and it's number 5. And then it's cloudy and rainy today. And you're good to go. Take up your craziness. And this is your, I'm presentable for humans, but I overslept. I don't like to get up early and do my makeup, or I simply just want like an easier routine. So it's a quick and easy, like I said, as it took me longer to explain it just because I'm explaining something, but if the best thing for you to do to be quick and easy is to take something like this. All of it worked well, glowy, you have a little bit of color, you look a little put together. There you go. This is my requested video on a quick step, easy, no fuss, not too much, just to look presentable to go to work. I have a lot of friends as myself that are nurses, and sometimes you just need to get out the door and you don't need to have all those sparkles that I like to put on myself sometimes. So Abby, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. come back, like, comment, subscribe. Give me ideas of what else you guys want me to try out or do. Try anything else, different colors that you wanted me to try, or only use a certain amount brand. I can do that. All of this I pulled, she told me yesterday, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, these are the best things that you can do. It's affordable. You can mostly find it in Ulta or in a drugstore. Walmart also has a lot of these. Physicians Formula, that palette, I was like, oh, it's beautiful, it's good, it's there, good to go. So sorry for the ramblings, but like I said, I hope you're having a good day. Be safe. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see from me, and bye bye.